Hello children, good evening to all of you. Sorry for a small delay due to technical problem. Just a meeting for the English class after a very long time. Now the intention for this present phase, that is 3-day phase, is to complete this unit 4, to take up this unit 4. That is, we got one prose lesson, one poetry, and then one supplementary. Usually, all these lessons, whether they are lessons or poetry or supplementary, every literary piece will have some theme, inherent theme, more than the substance, more than the subject, more than the story. Every story will contain some internal message. That message is very important. That is, whether you call it incidental or main, message is message. That will give you a kind of value, because life without values is good for nothing. Okay, life should be led in a very characteristic manner, with an identical manner. Okay. Now, before starting this lesson, we have some initial questions, some general questions. Do you possess the qualities of compassion, kindness, character, respect, and friendship? What is your answer to this question? Do you possess the qualities of compassion? Do you have kindness? You have kindness for the fellow human beings, animals, birds, nature, and do you have a good character? And then do you have respect for others? And do you have real trustworthy friendship? What qualities do you expect from your siblings, from your brothers and sisters? What kind of qualities? Do you expect respect? You want them to respect you. Okay? Respect, love, and sharing a kind of sharing the available things between you and the other sibling. And family bond. Is there any family bond? Then the mutual qualities we share as friends or friendship and character. What qualities do you expect from your friends? You have 101 friends in your daily life. Okay. What type of qualities do you expect from them? We expect friendship, reliable friendship. Okay. A trustworthy friendship we expect. And also good character. What is this character? In other words, character comprises a good personality, nature, a good nature, positive thinking, good behavior, good thoughts, good actions, good ideas. These things comprise good character. Without character, everything is lost, Proud says. It is natural for human beings to make mistakes. This is going to form the basis for this story, that is Attic. It is natural for human beings to make mistakes. When we realize by mistakes, what should we do? We should try to rectify them. If we don't rectify them, we don't seek forgiveness from the affected person, we are not human beings. Excellent. This is the author of this Attic is Satyajit Ray, an Indian writer, a wonderful writer, He was an Indian filmmaker. Besides writer, is a filmmaker, master storyteller, screenwriter, music composer, graphic artist, lyricist, and author. So many things, a multiple personality, a wonderful man who can never be forgotten. One of the greatest filmmakers of the 20th century, influencing India as well as the world. Okay, as far as the film world is concerned, he affected the whole world, India, as a writer, as a filmmaker. His films demonstrate a remarkable humanism. Humanism should be there. Human touch should be there. Human values should be respected in the film. Elaborate observation. It is not a short-sighted observation. Elaborate, a wide observation. and subtle handling of characters. Subtle means very delicate, gentle handling of characters and situations. Every situations and characters are very important for the success of a film, and this Satyajit Ray had mastered the art of, creating very good characters and situations. For his great qualities, merits, he received many awards, which include Padma Shri and Dada Sahib Phalke Award. And then Ray was born in Calcutta on 2nd May 1921 and died on 23 April 1992. Okay, and then the characters in the story are: main scene of action takes place in Brahmapur, an North Indian town. The author Satyajit Ray, who is also the narrator of the story, is also the narrator of the story. Main scene of action takes place in Brahmapur. You have to remember Brahmapur. The author Satyajit Ray, who is also the narrator of the story, accompanying the main character, Aditya. Aditya is the chief character through the story. Aditya and Satyajit Ray, they just develop the story, they narrate the story. Satyajit Ray, he narrates the story, and Aditya is the chief character, the son of a landlord, and his ancestors being Jamindars, okay, landlords, long ago. Sasanka Sanyol, another character, a parallel character to Aditya. He happened to be innocent, intelligent student with wonderful memory power, but quite unlucky, unfortunate, unsuccessful in life. Sometimes it happens. Aditya and Sasanka Sanyol, shortly Sanyol. Aditya and Sanyol happened to be class 10 students about 23 years ago. Aditya and Sanyol were class 10 students. And then another character is a tea shop owner, that is Nagin Uncle, is called Nagin Uncle. He is the owner of the tea shop, a frequent place where these students happen to meet there. This story is a blend of present life and flashback with 29 years in the middle. Okay. Now, present day, now 29 years ago, something happened, and that is a recall. Okay. Therefore, in between the past and the present, 29 years elapsed. And two friends in class 10, Aditya and Sanyol, two chief characters, are introduced in the story, as I told you already. The flashback story reveals the readers the school life of the two main characters, namely Aditya and Sanyol. So 29 years ago, they studied class 10, and after 29 years, they just know they're going to meet together. Aditya is from a rich family, but he's not bright and brilliant as his friend Sanyol. Sanyol happens to be intelligent and endowed with a powerful memory, as already explained. As a minus point, Aditya is envious. That envy, it is an enemy, and that will ruin your personality as well as all your friends. As a plus point, Sanyol is generous. It's a contrast to Aditya. Aditya is envious, jealous about the others' advancement, whereas Sanyol is very generous, quite innocent. He is portrayed here in this story as innocent. This contrast in their qualities forms the base for the base, that is theme, base foundation for the theme of the story. The story begins. Aditya, the rich man, regrets and repents for his much earlier wrong done to his classmate Samuel about 29 years ago. That is the present time. 29 years ago, something happened, and Aditya recalls that wrong done to his classmate, that is Samuel, when both of them were in class 10. So he takes pain in spotting the wronged person. Here, wronged person is Samuel. The person who wronged, that is Aditya, and appeals to him for his pardon. That is the story. Repentance is almost a theme, just like Prospero. Prospero's the enemy. That's I mean, his brother usurps the kingdom from Prospero and drives Prospero and his 3-year-old daughter Miranda to an island. And later on, he just repent for it. This is here also repentance happens to be the theme. We meet Aditya as a senior man, accompanied by the author, that is Satyajit Ray, as a narrator of the story. Satyajit Ray narrates everything for us in the presence or accompanied by Aditya. Aditya is already preoccupied by his school life memories, simultaneously narrating the same to the author Satyajit Ray. So Satyajit Ray also, he doesn't know anything about Aditya's old days, and he narrates everything. While on the way to Brahmapur, both of them are proceeding to Brahmapur. Both of them proceeded to Aditya's ancestral home at Brahmapur. Aditya tried to recall memories of his 200-year-old ancestral house. That is, the age of the house, 200-year-old ancestral house, his school, and the tea shop. These three things are remembered by him, and he wants to visit. It was one evening. The sun was soothing, very comfortable. On either side of the road were large stretches of paddy fields, beautiful sight in the evening. In about 10 minutes, they reached the local school where 29 years ago, Aditya and Samuel did their 10th standard. The iron gates, the playing field, and the two-storied school building made Aditya go into deep thoughts, and he is able to recall and recognize all things that happened during his 10th standard life. Not only Samuel, but other friends also. So many things he just recovered and remembered, and he had just mixed feelings he had. They next went to, they means here, Aditya and that author, narrator, Satyajit Ray. They next went to the tea shop of Nagan uncle, who was now a little over 60. His age is over 60. Maybe during his school days, he might be 30. That is 60 minus 29. He was wearing a dhoti, a blue striped shirt that could be seen from under a green shawl. That is his garment, that is his dress. His shop stood next to a grocery shop and opposite to Shiva temple. Unnecessary details, but just to make it reality, the people are, the story writer is giving all these details. Aditya and the author sat on two tin chairs. There was only one other customer. Other than that, there were nobody else. Samuel sitting at the corner table, but Samuel could not be recognized. Samuel, with his head bent as though he were sleeping. He was not in a normal mood. He was not cheerful. He was not happy. He was a moody type. Nagan uncle reminded Mr. Samuel, Samuel, this is time for you to go home. It's already 4 o'clock. He reminded him, okay? The narrator observed Samuel's facial expression. When he just called him by Samuel, the narrator observed Samuel's facial expression and noted the change in Aditya's too. Mr. Samuel reacted sharply, okay? Stood up, stretched himself, and raised his lean right arm. With eyes dilated, that is expanded, he began to recite a poem by Tagore, Panraksha. Soon he left the place. Making the gesture of namaste with his hands in general, not pointing out anybody else. Okay. Generally, he just raised his arms and he said, namaste. He said, namaste. It is gesture. The gesture means the facial expression. Gesture is facial expression. With hands and legs, if you make any sign, it is called gesticulation. So, gesture and gesticulation, both are very much essential for a good speaker. Gesture and gesticulation. More than words, these gestures and gesticulations will reveal something. Making the gesture of namaste with his hands in general, he did not specifically point anybody. Okay, generally he just said namaste and left the place. Aditya came to know from Nagin. Now Aditya Aditya and Satyajit Ray are left there in the tea shop. Nagan is there, and Samuel has already left the place. Aditya came to know from Nagan uncle, more details about Samuel, because what happened in 29 years ago, he didn't know anything. Therefore, he wanted to collect more information from Nagan uncle about Samuel. He now went straight to his house. That is, he means here Aditya. Aditya went straight to his house, which he had no intention of seeing. Formerly, he did not have any plan to visit his old house. Now he wanted to go to the house. He went up the attic. Attic, actually on the open place, an open place on the open terrace, a favorite place of the children. He climbed over a wooden packing case and took something from the ventilator with a deep sigh of relief. Deep sigh of relief means, he was very happy because he was full of tension. He wanted to search for something, and with full doubt and suspicion, he just searched, and positively he was able to locate it. Therefore, there was a deep sigh of relief. He now rushed to the jeweler's shop to ascertain, to estimate the current market price for the article he had found. Now see, the suspense is being maintained by Satyajit Ray. What is that article? What is that something found out by Aditya in the ventilator? Suspense is maintained here. But slowly he just he is unraveling something. Jeweler's shop means it should be some kind of jewel or metal or something like that. To ascertain the current market price for the article he had found, the climax was his next visit to see Sanyol, who stayed with his father's friend Jogesh Kabiraj. Okay, another character, but this character we don't know anything more about Jogesh Kabiraj, and Satyajit Ray doesn't develop the character also. Aditya saw Sanyol. Now, after 20 years ago, Aditya and Sanyol are face to face now in Sanyol's house. Aditya saw Sanyol, requested his entry into his room, and gave him a cover with a 1510 rupee note, that is 1500 market, and that time rate value, 1510 rupee notes. In Sasanka Sanyol's room, there was absolutely nothing but just a charpai to sit on. This is actually a description of his room. The room is actually, it is not very luxurious, very not expensive. No other furniture items were there. Absolutely nothing but just a charpai. There's a mat to sit on. Sasanka Sanyol was busy reciting verses from Tagore. Okay, he was questioned about Aditya. He was questioned about Aditya. Aditya is asking Sanyol, okay, do you know Aditya? Do you remember Aditya? Aditya himself is asking Sanyol about this Aditya. Aditya Narayan Chaudhary, full name of Aditya. Sanyol remembered him very well and told them, because Sanyol is very much, has got very good memory power, as already told. Sanyol remembered him very well and told them that he was a liar. Who was a liar? Aditya. Aditya was a liar, and he was also envious. This describes the character of Aditya through one of the characters of the story, that is Sanyol. Envious over him, over Sanyol. He said that he had usurped, taken away his medal for poetry recitation. For poetry recitation competition, Sanyol had won a medal, and medal had been usurped taken away by his friend, so-called friend, Aditya. Aditya told him that he was Aditya himself. Then he just introduced himself. Sanyol, this is nobody else other than Aditya. I myself am Aditya. And now I am changed totally. There is a total transformation in me. I am not as I was. I was envious. Now I am not envious. That time I made a mistake. This time I have come to rectify it. Okay? I am not the old Aditya. Totally after transformation, completely changed Aditya has come and has been standing in front of you, Sanyol. Sanyol admitted that. He recognized him at the tea shop itself and ventured out his anger on him. Sanyol also refused to accept the money and preferred the medal. When 1500 rupees That sum was produced to Sanyal by Aditya. Sanyal said, no, 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 I am not very particular about money. I don't want currency, but I want that medal, which you just took away from me 29 years ago. Sanyal also refused to accept the money and preferred to have the medal. Aditya, who is now a changed man, restored the medal to its owner, that is Sanyal, and sought for forgiveness. We are all human beings. This is the concluding remark. We are all human beings, and to err is human, the proverb says. And the author reinstates that a person must rectify his mistake when given a chance for it. So 29 years ago, after 29 years ago, the wrong done by Aditya is rectified by Aditya himself to Sanyal. Certain vocabulary items: affluent, wealthy, rich, attic. Affluent is adjective. Affluence means noun. Affluence, okay, CE, ending in CE. Affluent society, rich society, wealthy, attic, a room at the top of a building, ascertained, confirmed, bifurcated, divided into two, crumbled means broken, broken into pieces, crumbs means piece, dilated means widened, expanded. Here this dilated is introduced with the eyes, dilated eyes. When you are very much surprised, no, you will have the dilated eyes. Overwrought, upset. He was totally upset. Revive, back to life. Revive, okay. Revive, recall. Once again, getting life like that. Rustic, countryside, opposite of urban city. Smack means it's a verb. Hit with the palm of the hand. Okay, smack. And then soothing, that is comforting. Soothing effect means comfortable, comforting effect. Spire means tall structure on the top of a building. Usually on churches, church tops, you will have that structure. That is spire, S-P-I-R-E, spire. Unperturbed, perturbed, unperturbed, undisturbed. Antique, of old times, belonging to old times. That is an antique object, means that object belongs to ancient times. That is antique. Gesture, I told you, expression on the face. Okay. Ruins means destruction, and strewn means scattered. Strewn all over the floor, that is scattered all over the floor. Vent means the kind of release, release of tension or emotion. He gave vent to his feelings. He gave vent to his suppressed feelings. Okay, that is vent. Vent means opening, release of tension or emotion. Now, appropriate synonyms and antonyms. The question will be there from prose, and this is synonyms and antonyms. Choose the most appropriate synonym of the underlined word. When we realize our mistakes, I have not just made it very challenging. I have given the answers also. Therefore, just to try to learn from the questions and answers. When we realize our mistakes, we should try to rectify them. We should try to rectify them. What is the meaning of rectify? What is the synonym for rectify? Is it read or recover or recognize or correct? Rectify, correct. And number two, we had reached the point where the road bifurcated. Okay, the road bifurcated, separated, converged, joined, ended. Now, what is separated? Divided. Converged, coming together, going together. Okay, 2, 3 roads, 4, 5 roads converged means converged at a particular point, common point. That is convergence, converged. Joined, again converged and joined, both of them have more or less same meaning. And ended means it came to a stop, that is ended. Here, separated. The meaning of bifurcated is separated. Bifurcation. Bifurcate means into two. Separated, maybe many. But here, the nearest word for bifurcated is separated. Number three, we left our ancestral house 29 years ago. Again, one of the lines taken from the prose lesson. Anterior, inherited, interior, celestial. Here we left our ancestral house, that is, we inherited some house, some property from our ancestors. The house inherited from the ancestors is called ancestral house. Ancestral is used as adjective, that is inherited house. Anterior means anti-post, anti-meridian, post-meridian, anti-former, post-later. Okay, that is anterior. And then interior, exterior. Interior, that is inside. Exterior, that's outside. Palatial, a very big building, palatial building. Anterior, inherited, interior, palatial. Number four, trying to revive old childhood memories may prove disappointing. Trying to revive, recall old childhood memories may prove disappointing. Okay, may not be happy. That is why you don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future, worry about the present and live your present well. That has happened to be one of the themes of the earlier lessons. Reveal, cancel, resuscitate, cover. Okay. Now, revive is easier. The target word revive is easier than resuscitate. Resuscitate actually is more difficult, uncommon word than revive. Okay. So, reveal, opposite conceal, cancel, resuscitate, revive. That is the answer, and cover. And the number five, Aditya's ancestors were once the Jamindars. Ancestors again, lineage. Okay, lineage, remember the word lineage. Aunties, elders, destroyers. Destroyers does not become the synonym here, it does not become a group in the group. It does not match actually. Aunties, elders, lineages, destroyers. Lineage is the right answer here. The sun was soothing. Soothing, I told you, comfortable. Okay, it's comfortable. Anxiety, boisterous, dexterous, and comforting. The answer is comforting. And the meaning for anxiety, you know, okay, restlessness, curiosity, anxiety, boisterous, very manly or boisterous, okay, very active. And dexterous, that is skill. Dexterity, that is a noun for dexterous. Skill of the limbs, hands and legs, that is dexterity. And number seven, harvest was over. Very simple sentence. Harvest, crop, crab, craze, pests. Okay. So the meaning is crop, obviously. And then eight, Noggin uncle's tea shop stood next to a grocery shop. Stood here. What is the meaning of stood? Stood has got stood. Ordinary word stand. Actually, the stand has got many meanings depending upon context. Here, the parallel meaning is erected. Noggin uncle's tea shop stood next to a grocery shop. Erased, expunged, removed, erased, erected, standing. So severed means separated. Number nine, Noggin had a rustic look. Urban, rural, modern, antique. Antique, old. Urban, opposite of rustic. Rural, meaning of rustic is rural. Okay, modern, antique. Number 10, there was only one other customer sitting at a corner table. Customer, you know, caretaker, creator, purchaser, chauffeur. Chauffeur, driver, you know. And then purchaser, one who purchases something from the shop is called purchaser. Therefore, that can be considered as synonym for customer. Caretaker, creator, other alternatives, distractors. Therefore, customer, purchaser. And then choose the most appropriate antonym now. So far, actually, we listened to synonyms. Now we are going to learn antonyms. Antonym for the underlined word. It is natural for human beings to make mistakes. That's a common idea. Natural, opposite, unnatural or artificial. Neutral, okay. Inevitable, inevitable means unavoidable. Compulsory, compulsory, inevitable, both are synonyms. Neutral, here artificial. Artificial is natural, opposite of natural is artificial. Number two, if you get a chance to rectify your mistake or pay back for it, etc. Now, underlined word is rectify. The opposite of rectify is it regionalize or rearrange or worsen or bridge? Rectify, smooth. Here, worsen, opposite. Okay, to make it worse. Therefore, opposite antonym of rectify is worsen. Number three, Aditya and I decided to return. Return is the word. Opposite of return is it revive, depart, arrive, prepare. Decided to return, that is depart. Because no other word like arrive, prepare, revive, go close to return. Therefore, depart. Number four, we reached a point where the road bifurcated. Here, underlined word is bifurcated. Opposite of bifurcated is converged. Bifurcated, divided, separated. Opposite of bifurcated is converged, meeting at a particular point, common point. That is converged. Split, emerged, deviated. They are all distractors. Number five, he was interested in revisiting the place of his birth. Okay, interested, ordinary word. Interested, opposite of interested is disinterested. Misinterested, profited, profited and misappropriated. No, they are all very obvious distractors. Therefore, the right word or right antonym for interested is disinterested. Very simple thing. And then next, please. He passed the matriculation examination from the local school. Local is underlined. Opposite of local is foreign. The other distractors are nearby, native, indigenous. Okay, indigenous, domestic, local, locally made, indigenous items. Therefore, local opposite, foreign school. 7. He went to Calcutta to continue his studies. Continue is underlined. Opposite of continue is it pursue? Pursue means follow. End, to put an end to put a full stop. Okay. Endure, tolerance. Endurance means tolerance. Bear with, enroll. Okay. Now here opposite of continue is end. And then number 8, I doubt even if the school building may have undergone many changes. I doubt if even the school building may have undergone many changes. Now, doubt is underlined, fickle, certain, qualm, hesitation. Okay, what is the meaning of qualm? Qualm means you can just note down. Qualm means fear or doubt or worry. That is qualm. It's a new word here. And the meaning of the opposite of doubt is certain. Doubtful, it is not doubtful, it is certain, it is clear. Okay, and then fickle is means very simple thing. Fickle mindedness. Okay, not strong minded. A fickle minded person, that is strong, not strong minded person. And hesitation, you know. Qualm, I told you, qualm is fear, doubt, or worry. And 9th sentence, trying to revive old childhood memories may prove disappointing. Wonderful sentence. Childish, mature, adult, feudal. Okay, feudal is outdated or old-fashioned. Only through such context you can learn more words. Here they already learned the meaning of form. Here another word is feudal. Feudal is outdated or old-fashioned. Okay, and then the antonym for childhood is adult. Okay, and then 10. The sun was soothing. Soothing is comfortable. Here opposite of soothing is not pacifying, not comforting, not smoothing, but irritating. Okay, soothing, irritating. Now, usually they will ask character sketch, characterization, Sasanka Sanyal. That is, do you like Sanyal? What are the qualities of Sanyal? What is the role played by Samuel in this? Is it Samuel merits and demerits? How far he affects the development of the story? These are all the things necessary for this development, that is paragraph. Sasanka Samuel was a brilliant student. His quality, he was unlucky. Though he was brilliant student, unlucky, unfortunate, because he could not become rich. He could not become as high as Aditya. Though Aditya was envious, Aditya was not brilliant. He became a very good, very rich fellow. He was unlucky. His innocence was exploited by his friends. So also Aditya took away his silver medal, which he did not receive for uh, poetry recitation. That is, Aditya could not receive that medal for poetry recitation. Therefore, he was envious and he could not tolerate that Samuel to get it. Therefore, he just took it away. Samuel had a wonderful memory power and could recall every single incident of his past. He remembered Aditya after 20 years ago, after 29 years, even when he spotted him in Noggin's tea cabin, but he did not reveal it. How did he just recall him? By seeing his mole on the right cheek, he was able to fix him as his old friend who cheated him with the medal. He was rude in his behavior towards Aditya as he did not want to suppress his feelings and gave vent to his anger. He was remorse after the death of his family members. He whiled away his time at Noggin's shop. He did not have any other place where to go. Therefore, he spent all his time in Noggin's shop without any future. Yet never gave up his self-respect and paid for his coffee and biscuits. Okay, though he was poor, though he knew Noggin, he did not want to lose self-respect. And how did he prove it? By way of paying for his coffee and biscuits. Financially, he wasn't comfortable since he could not afford even a spectacle because of his partial deformity in his eyesight. He was not able to purchase a glass. So, to such an extent, he was poor. So, finally, self respect permeates every aspect of your life. Self respect. So, he was the symbol of self respect, Sasanka, Sanyol. Self respect permeates, goes through every aspect of your life. If you lose self respect, then the personality, whole personality is totally lost. Therefore, try to establish your self respect and display your self respect in every aspect. We'll just continue. We'll take rest for some 5-10 minutes and we'll meet for the second session.